Hey guys, how are you today? I hope you are all doing great. My name is Gary, and today we're gonna dive into something really fascinating: the evolution of timekeeping and how wristwatches and watches in general became the ultimate status symbol. But before we get started, can you guess which watch I'm wearing today? Drop your guesses in the comments below. If you enjoy watch history and horology and watches in general, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps a lot. Alright, so let's get started. The measurement of time dates back over 5,000 years to the Babylonians and Egyptians, who developed calendars based on three natural cycles: the solar day, which was tracking light and darkness as the Earth rotates, the lunar month following the moon's phases, and the solar year, marking seasonal changes. To keep time during the day, Egyptians developed sundials around 1250 BC. However, since these only worked in sunlight, civilizations created alternative methods like water clocks, hourglasses, and candle clocks, some of which were found in China over 1,500 years ago. By the 13th century, the first mechanical clocks appeared in England, with the oldest working example built in 1386, still found at Salisbury Cathedral. These early clocks didn't have dials, but struck the hours, marking a major engineering breakthrough. As timekeeping improved, Jost Bürki invented the minute hand in 1577. Christian Huygens introduced the pendulum clock in 1657. The pendulum reduced time errors from 15 minutes per day to just 1 minute per week, revolutionizing accuracy. By the 15th century, clocks were becoming more common in homes, but they relied on heavy weights for power, making them impractical to carry. The invention of the coiled spring solved this problem, leading to portable timepieces. However, as the spring unwound, its tension fluctuated, affecting accuracy. To counter this, an unknown inventor developed the fusee, a cone-shaped mechanism that regulated power delivery. This breakthrough led to the first pocket watches and later marine chronometers, which remained vital until after World War II. In 1510, Peter Henlein of Germany created the first spring-powered portable watch, leading to the development of pocket watches in the 16th century. For most of the 19th century, wristwatches were considered women's jewelry, while men preferred pocket watches. That changed during World War I, when soldiers needed a hands-free way to check the time. The pocket watch was adopted with straps, creating the modern wristwatch. After the war, watchmakers marketed wristwatches masculine necessity, and by the 1920s, self-winding mechanical wristwatches had emerged, making them an everyday essential. But who made the first wristwatch? There are two major claims. In 1868, Patek Philippe created a wristwatch for the Countess Koskowitz of Hungary, but Breguet made a repeater watch for the Queen of Naples 57 years earlier in 1811. The history of watches, however, goes back even further. The 20th century saw Swiss brands like Omega, Heuer, Breitling, and Tudor dominate high-end mechanical watches. But in 1969, Seiko changed everything by launching the first quartz watch, the Astron, introducing a new era of affordable, precise timepieces. This sparked the quartz crisis of the 1970s and 80s, nearly destroying the Swiss watch industry. Over 13 years, 2/3 of Swiss watchmakers lost their jobs, as Japanese brands like Seiko mass-produced highly accurate quartz watches at lower prices. Although Swiss brands like Omega, Rolex and Patek Philippe had developed their own quartz movement, they struggled to compete with the Japanese. By the late 70s, the Swiss watch industry was on the verge of collapse. In the 1980s, Swiss bank hired Nicholas G. Hayek, who saved the industry by merging struggling brands under the Swatch Group and launching Swatch, an affordable, stylish quartz watch. Swatch's bold, colorful designs became a global sensation, restoring confidence in the Swiss-made label. This success revitalized the luxury brands, allowing names like Longines, Omega, Blancpain, and Glashütte Original to thrive. In 1982, Jean-Claude Biver further fueled the comeback, acquiring Blancpain and re-emphasizing high-end mechanical watchmaking, proving that craftsmanship and tradition still had a place in the modern era. From ancient sundials to cutting-edge quartz movements, the evolution of timekeeping has shaped. Whether it's the luxury craftsmanship of Swiss brands or the affordability of quartz watches, timepieces remain symbols of precision, innovation and style, a legacy that continues to evolve. But let's talk about status symbols. Watches, and especially wristwatches, became status symbols through a combination of history, innovation, craftsmanship, and marketing. Here is how they evolved into prestigious accessories. In the 16th to 18th century, watches were rare and expensive, only accessible to the wealthy and royalty. Peter Heinlein's early spring-driven watches were worn as pendants by aristocrats. Pocket watches were handcrafted and often engraved or encrusted with jewels, making them the symbols of status and wealth. King Louis XIV and Queen Elizabeth I were known for wearing watches as luxury items. The 19th century saw improved manufacturing techniques, making watches more affordable for the growing middle class. Despite this, high-end Swiss brands like Patek Philippe, Vacheron Constantin, or Breguet maintained exclusivity through hand finishing, complications, and precious metals. Wearing a fine pocket watch became a mark of sophistication for gentlemen. Wristwatches, once seen as feminine, became essential to the soldiers. After World War I, returning soldiers continued wearing wristwatches, making them a symbol of aviation and motorsport influence. Pilots like Charles Lindbergh worked with Longines to develop the hour angle watch for navigation. In 1926, the Rolex Oyster was the first waterproof wristwatch. It was marketed as durable and prestigious. The rise of motorsports and racing saw brands like Heuer and Rolex created watches for race timing, adding to their exclusivity and high performance image. Luxury watches also became associated with celebrities, politicians, and world leaders. Rolex, Omega, and Cartier positioned themselves as elite brands, often seen on the wrist of celebrities like Sean Connery in Dr. No as James Bond, and of course US presidents. The Rolex Day-Date became synonymous with success and power. The Seiko Astron and the quartz crisis made watches more affordable, flooding the market with cheap quartz watches. So Swiss luxury brands repositioned themselves. Instead of competing on the price, they focused on heritage, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. In the 1980s, mechanical watches became status symbols, led by the revival of Blancpain, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet. Today, luxury watches often seem like investment pieces, with brands like Rolex, Patek Philippe, or Richard Mille increasing exclusivity by limiting production. Watches are now symbols of wealth and success, heritage and craftsmanship, exclusivity and collectibility, and personal expression. what started as a practical tool evolved into a status symbol through military history, innovation, celebrity endorsements, and marketing. Today, luxury watches remain a mark of prestige, wealth, and taste, with mechanical watches standing as a testament of fine craftsmanship. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, I've got a question for you. What's your favorite watch brand? And do you prefer mechanical or quartz watches? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, stay tuned for more watch content. See you in the next one. Bye.